cheese, pot for the soup, pan for the dunker. And we'll need some butter as well. What are you looking for, a pot?
Yeah.
I'm just using like a medium one with the handle, not like a big stock pot. Okay, so once you get your skillet, we're gonna turn the heat just to medium, like 5 or 6. And then next step when you're ready is you can butter your skillet one of 2 ways. You can either slice butter and just dump it in there, or this is my designated pan butter, so I'm just gonna spread it around like this.
Better.
And once I've done that, I'm going to actually butter the bread as well. Okay, so I've buttered one side of my bread.
Okay, so you need a butter knife. Here's your butter.
And one thing before, are you buttering right now your bread or your dish, your skillet? Okay, go ahead and do your dish first, because I did mine out of order. I should have told you. I forgot to mush my bread down. So butter your skillet.
Let me see. Yeah, that should be good. Now you need to butter your bread, right?
Yep. So what I'm gonna have you do before you do the bread, however you wanna do it, you can use a rolling pin. I'm gonna use a glass. You wanna like roll this across your bread and make it flat.
Oh, do you want to roll it?
So I'll show you what my bread looks like after I've rolled it. See? So I flattened my bread, nice and skinny, and since I buttered the one side, I am going to put the cheese on the side that is not buttered.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right, so next step, we're gonna take this and we're gonna roll it up tightly, kind of like you're rolling a tortilla or something. Mine is sticking to my cutting board because I buttered it first. Yep, perfect. So now what we want to do is in our pan, our skillet, we're going to put it seam side down. So that means this open part, that's what we want to stick down first, right onto the butter, so that it like kind of seals it. And we're going to leave that for a couple minutes. And our next step is to start the soup. Got some crust in my skillet. So our tomato soup, we want to check the instructions. You can use milk or water, it doesn't matter. I usually use milk, but I don't have any in my fridge right now, so I'm making mine with water. So we're gonna pop it open and pour right into our skillet. And we're gonna turn that heat on.
You turn it on?
No. This one.
No, it's this one. So you look at that.
This one.
Yep.
So like this.
Yep. I put it on like medium.
Yep, medium, 6 or 7. And what you're gonna do is you also want to, you're just gonna use the same can that you emptied to put in water or milk, whatever you choose.
Okay.
Do you want to do water or milk?
I want to.
It's just gonna be creamier if you use
Yes, it's way better. with
milk.
Ooh, these are gonna be good. I'm thinking I'm not gonna get these out.
Where are you going?
Pour that right in. I'm gonna give my tomato soup a little stir, and then I'm gonna come back and check on my dunker. And once you get going, you can kind of get a rhythm going and do multiple dunkers at one time.
You need to make sure you use something that's not gonna scratch the pan, so you can use a spoon instead. Here. And then you gotta check on your dunker.
So once you've stirred that, we're gonna look at our dunker. Mine is nice and brown on that seam. I'm just gonna flip it over to one side. Give it a couple more stirs on my soup. And then we just kind of wait for stuff to be done. And like I said, you can put as many dunkers as you want in your pan. Just to get started, it's easy to do one thing at a time. But eventually you could do 3 or 4, however many you want to make if you're making for your whole household.
Well, you might need to turn your heat up a tiny bit on that.
Yeah, because it's not really like sticking.
Is your dunker coming apart?
Not really, it's just not really toasting much.
It's not.
Turn it up a little.
Maybe. I've got my heat on like 6.
Yeah, it's just.
And it depends also how much you like it done. If you don't like your grilled cheese super toasty, then you don't have to make it super toasty. As the cheese gets melty, it will stick together. I'm gonna check on my soup, give it a little stir. How's it coming, Peyton?
Good.
Good? At this point, you should have rolled your dunker all the way on all sides. And if we come back to our directions on our soup can, we want to heat until simmering while stirring. We don't want it to boil. So simmering is just where it's got a couple bubbles that are popping a little bit, but it's not full on boiling. So keep stirring. Mine's getting there. I've got a lot of steam coming off. Checking on my soup. And I have one more side I want to get just a little more toasty. How's your soup looking?
Good.
Good. Is it simmering yet? Do you see any like kind of bubbles start to form?
Not really.
Okay. Is it steaming at least?
Yeah, it's steaming.
Good. All right, my dunker is done. I can give it a squeeze and you can see how it's like, it squishes down so you can tell the cheese is melty.
Yeah.
But again, some people don't like super toasted grilled cheese, so you can take it off whenever you'd like. And if we look
It's ready.
at your soup, my soup was kind of changing color on top. That tells me it's starting to get really warm and it was getting a little simmery, so I'm actually going to take mine off the heat now. And this will be a little bit different for everyone depending on what temperature you had it at. So I'm going to move that off. And then you can keep on making however many dunkers you are going to make. If you're cooking for everyone tonight, then keep on rolling with the dunkers and you can ladle your soup into a bowl. Does that sound good? All right. I think that's everything. Do you have any questions before we log off?
Nope.
Okay. I hope it's delicious. Thank you for logging on. I'll see you next week. Actually, no, I'll see you after break. Bye.